Out here where I have most of my vine crops, I have a really unusual melon ready to harvest. Let's check it out. There it is, ready to pick. It's just slipping off the vine. This is called a Sata melon and it's a rare heirloom melon from Italy. It's really unusual looking with its warty skin. You can tell I like growing unusual stuff. First time I've ever grown this, so I'm so excited to try it. Let's take a look inside this Sata melon. First thing that strikes me is how much it looks a bit like a flower. It's got this really deep orange flesh. Let's do a taste test. It's so juicy and soft, probably a little bit overripe, still delicious and very sweet. Let's make some homemade tea. I'll grab some mint. And a lime. Give it a rinse. Bunch up your mint to release the flavours. I just grab some more to fill it up. Squeeze in some lime juice. Pour in some hot but not boiling water. Leave it to rest for a couple of minutes. And then enjoy! I've just come out to my garden to decorate these cupcakes using these edible flowers called Globe Amaranth Strawberry Fields. They do look a bit similar to strawberries. I just picked a few of them off to place on top of the cakes. A fun looking afternoon treat. It's garden harvest time. Starting off with eggplants. Tomatoes. And next up, capsicums. Chilies, the spice of life, a few sprigs of basil, and finally some zucchinis. There you go, harvest done. Let's make this lunch with ingredients straight from my garden. I'll grab some tomatoes. These are Choane Flamme, tomato, yellow pear, and finally some orange currant. This to me is the picture of summer. I'll pick a few sprigs of basil. Let's go put this dish together. In this bowl I'll add the tomatoes, basil lightly torn up, salt, pepper and a bit of garlic, olive oil. Give it a toss. Pile on top of some toasted bread. Enjoy! Let's make this fresh green salad straight from the garden, starting off with silver beet. The leaves from this amaranth. Nasturtium leaves. These will add a slightly peppery flavour to the salad. Their flowers are edible too. Let's get the ingredients for the dressing. Lemon verbena plant, pick about 5 leaves. For the dressing, I'll add these leaves into this mortar and pestle. A pinch of salt. I'll give it a good crush. A tablespoon of vinegar. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. A good mix. A simple green salad with lemon verbena dressing. Take your drink to the next level by making these edible flower ice cubes. I'm going to use these edible flowers from this plant here, which is called borage. I'll pick off the flowers, about 12 of them. Remove the stem so you're left with this part. I'm going to add 1 into each segment of this ice cube tray. Next, fill with water. Push down gently to submerge, then freeze them. Enjoy! Let's make this party food with ingredients from my garden. I'm going to harvest a few Mad Hatter capsicums. There's quite a few over here. I'll grab a couple of chilies and a bunch of chives. Firstly, I'm going to remove the tops off the capsicums and then scoop out the centre. In a bowl, add 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, 1 tablespoon of sour cream, a teaspoon of chopped chives, salt and pepper, a tablespoon of pine nuts. Give it a good mix. Fill up the capsicums using a teaspoon. To finish them off, finely chop your chilies and put a couple of pieces on top of each one. Homegrown goodness. Let's make this quick pickle recipe using jalapenos straight from my garden. Firstly, I'm going to harvest all the jalapenos off this plant, and there's quite a few on here which I'm pretty happy with. The fresher the jalapenos are, the better this recipe works. Next, we'll go harvest some dill. To make the quick pickle brine, in a saucepan add 1 cup of water, 1 cup of vinegar, a teaspoon of salt, and finally a tablespoon of sugar. Heat this up, bring it to a boil. In the meantime, chop up your chilies into pieces like this. Start layering them into a clean, sterilised jar, along with your dill, some crushed garlic if you like too. Keep going until it's filled up to the top. Add in your liquid, and that's it. Put your lid on and refrigerate. Let's do some harvesting, starting with this Armenian cucumber. Down here is a golden zucchini or a courgette. I think I should have got a bigger basket. I'm going to harvest some of these burgundy okra. Next up is over here. This is my Lebanese zucchini plant. Oh, okay, well this huge one wasn't there yesterday. That's how quick they grow, at an incredible pace. I'll pick this one off. I'll leave this one here for the moment so I have some room to put tomatoes in this basket. I'll grab a bit of a mix of them. Finally, some of the mint. Later on, I'll cook up all of these for lunch, including that other zucchini, and I'll show you what I make. Let's cook up this homegrown food. Garden to plate part 2. Firstly, slice your Lebanese zucchini in half. With a spoon, I'm going to scoop out some of the centre. Then pop them both into an oven tray. Season with salt and pepper, a drizzle of olive oil. Roast in an oven. In the meantime, chop up your golden zucchini and your okra, just like this. Sauté with garlic, salt and pepper. For a side salad, I'm going to chop up the tomatoes, mint and half of this cucumber. I'm actually going to grab one of these limes and squeeze it in. Okay, so everything is ready now. Let's put this dish together. Pop the zucchini on the plate, top with the sauté mix, and serve with your side salad. Simple home cooking.